What's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. Just got my vacuum pals here with me today. And yeah, actually a whole lot of vacuums. We got Dysons in here, we got iRobots, we got Shark vacuums, we got Tinicos, we got Hoovers. We've also got a lot of electric scooters, some powered ride-ons, a couple Queen box springs. You guessed it, guys. It's pickup day. Just a little bit of inventory for the warehouse. Which brings me, let me pause real quick. I'm really glad that you can't see through my rearview mirror, because you would see it. Just the most stressful situation. This pallet, it's like saran wrapped all up, and the saran wrap when you're driving on the highway just gets torn up by the wind, especially when there's like 25-mile-an-hour winds going on and you're driving 65 miles an hour. And so it's this long tail of saran wrap that's all just flowing off the back of my truck as it slowly gets peeled off of the pallet. And this is when you like to pray. We want to pray that items don't fall off the truck onto the highway, and that people don't drive too close to me, because it's a little bit stressful. Let's throw on the hazards, give people a little heads up. This is a precarious situation, but here we are again. I wanted to share one way that God has provided for me, and that is through the warehouse. There's really several provisions I could dive into, but the one specifically that I want to talk about today with the warehouse is that there are multiple warehouses that you can buy from that are located in Northwest Arkansas. So I can drive my truck, or I can rent a Penske, or I have a connection with a guy that owns an 18-wheeler and runs a little boutique shipping company, and I can pick up local, which just saves me pretty significantly on shipping costs compared to if I was going to ship something from Fort Worth, for example. I'm 5 hours away. It's probably going to cost me $1,000 to fire up an 18-wheeler to do that for me. And so having warehouse, and I've done that several times, but having warehouses locally just saves me some money. Simple as that. And a little bit zooming out, it also just gave me the idea or the ability to even step into this world. I had done some stuff flipping over Facebook Marketplace, and that started in like oh my goodness. I just wanted to turn the AC down so that you could see me better, and now you're looking at my shorts. Woo! I feel violated. What y'all looking at that for? Sorry, guys. 2016, I start flipping stuff on Facebook Marketplace and picking up every single item from the person that you're messaging on, and it was good. Like it was profitable, but it wasn't so lucrative that I was like, yeah, I'm really going to keep doing this. It was more like, that was a good experiment, but maybe there's not that much money to be made in flipping stuff. I moved to Northwest Arkansas, and within 6 months, I hear of this warehouse network called Bid FTA or Fast Track It that runs little miniature auctions for returned items, but you can buy the item, and they sell through their own specific website. They don't sell through like Amazon or eBay, and not necessarily everyone knows about the website, and it's a little bit grungy to try to find the items, picking them up within the warehouse. One time I was picking up a box to throw that I bought, and a mouse just runs from under it, and I jump back and said heebie-jeebies. Woo! So all that to say, you can get stuff there for cheaper, and at the time you could get really a lot of stuff for 10%, 15% of retail stuff is not necessarily that inexpensive there anymore. But at the time, hearing about that was like, oh my gosh, I've done some stuff flipping, but the bottleneck was like commuting to all these individuals that I'm buying this thing from, this TI inspired calculator from, and I'm driving around town, and I'm like, the amount that I'm going to have to make on these to justify not just finding each item over Marketplace, but also picking up each item and waiting for the person to come out of their house, you know, all those little minutes adding up. Like, I just can't see myself doing this at scale. And then I moved to Northwest Arkansas, and I hear about BitFTA, and I'm like, wait, it's like all there on one website, and it's all picked up at the same place, and they have hours, you know, I don't have to like wait for them to come out. That combined with the fact that we started renting a house, so we had a garage, whereas when I lived in Texas we didn't ever have a garage. Those things lined up with like, let's give this a shot because this might be good. And that's how I got started scaling up the stuff flipping business. Was out of my garage through this local warehouse, and they have BitFTA has locations around the US, but I had never heard of them before, and I wasn't about to buy like a Facebook Marketplace ad, you know, mystery item. You know, I'm like, you're totally gonna screw me over, no doubt about that. So being able to see the items, select each specific item I wanted to buy, that helped me develop a risk appetite for it, because the commitment of I'm about to drop $1,000 on stuff, it's kind of scary at first, you know, until you do it, and then you make $2,000 and you're like, wait, that's $1,000 of profit. And then you do it again, you're like, well, now I'm at $2,000 of profit, you know. And that also, one of my besties, Larry Jones, was scaling up. You know, he had tried it out as a full-time job and wasn't quite profitable enough to justify that for him at the time, but needless to say, there was money to be made. And enter in 2020, I bought a lot of stuff at more volume, mainly because I was like, stuff's about to close, I'm gonna be stuck at home, people might lose jobs, like I need something to keep me busy, and also I might need to be able to provide work for people that I know and love that might need some money. So let me buy a bunch of stuff. I filled a 26-footer U-Haul and just floor-to-ceiling stuffed my garage full of stuff, all from this BitFTA warehouse. A couple times people did take me up on the offer to do some work for me. And so I had gotten to play with the concept of paying people to do the work, and was able to figure out that, okay, there is enough profit within the item flip to justify paying other people to go through these items and list them on Facebook Marketplace. Now, I wasn't paying for rent at the time, other than, of course, I was already paying rent for my house. You know, there wasn't a ton of overhead with the operation, but I made about $10,000 in about 3 months' time over that summer. And working, like I was still working a full-time job. You know, I was probably putting in 5 hours a week, maybe, on the stuff flipping. And then once August came around, school semester is starting back up, people are coming back into town, I just felt internally this sense from the Lord, like, hey, just be done with it, set it aside. So I stopped flipping stuff, and didn't buy anything, didn't sell anything for a year and a half or so, until the eventual move into the warehouse, which is maybe we'll dive into some other stories related to that. But I'm thankful that there are local places where I can buy stuff, that it saves me money on shipping. And bigger picture than that, if there weren't local places to buy stuff, I would have never. A car just honked at me and pointed to me. So I'm guessing that I need to pull over, and I'm wondering if maybe I lost some items on the road. So that is unfortunate. Maybe I should end the video here. Can't y'all see how dreamy of a life it is, guys, being an entrepreneur? It's amazing. But alas, thankful to be in this business. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for the opportunities locally here. So that's all I got for y'all today. Talk to y'all soon. Life is worship. God is love.